In this month of March, I would like to focus on the favor of God. Joseph was hated by his brothers. Even his father rebuked him. He lost his mother at the age of 17. He was thrown into the pit of hatred and envy. He was falsely accused and put in prison. In Genesis 40 verse 15, Joseph says, "For indeed I was stolen away from the land of the Hebrews, and also I have done nothing here, that they should put me in the dungeon." In verse 3 of chapter 39, the Bible says, "And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand." Genesis 39 verse 23. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. When you read the life of Joseph, you read that the Lord's favor was upon him. How can you say the Lord was with him? If the Lord was with him, then why didn't the Lord prevent his brothers from hurting him? If the Lord was with him, then why didn't the Lord prevent him from being sold and put in prison? If the Lord was with him, why did he allow the incident with Potiphar's wife? If the Lord was with him, why didn't Joseph find favor in the sight of Potiphar? Very often we think that God's favor should always prevent us from trouble. In Joseph's life, God's favor was seen in trouble. We think his favor must prevent us from accidents, failures, stress, depression, misunderstanding, financial crisis, and other struggles. No, that's not what the Bible teaches us. Men and women in the Bible have gone through the furnace of testing. Jesus himself went through it. Then how do we understand the favor of God or the presence of the Lord? I believe the favor of the Lord is not preventing you from going through the furnace, but being with you in the furnace. If it was not for Reuben, Joseph would have been killed. Is it not the favor of God? In the prison, if he had not interpreted the dream of the chief baker and butler, they would not have suggested his name to Pharaoh, and he would not have been called to interpret his dream. If the dream wasn't interpreted, he would not have found favor in the sight of Pharaoh. Is it not the favor of God? The interpretation of the dream led Pharaoh to give Joseph the charge. Is it not the favor of God? If he wasn't given the leadership, he would not have had the opportunity to unite with his family. Is it not the favor of God? My friend, the favor of the Lord is God using all your circumstances to accomplish God's intended purpose in your life. Now let me repeat it once again. The favor of the Lord is God using all your circumstances to accomplish God's intended purpose in your life. The Lord being with Joseph was evident in Joseph learning lessons necessary to be the prime minister. He learned how to deal with difficult people. He learned how to deal with false accusation. He learned how to be misunderstood. He learned how to forgive. He learned how to manage a household. He learned how to be a manager. He learned how to rely on God. He learned how to be patient in situations when you are wronged. Joseph would say, "Do not look at what I went through. Look at what God made me through all this." Let me repeat. Do not look at what I went through. Look at what God made me through all this. My friend, don't let the pain of one season destroy the joy of all the rest. Experience the favor of God in the month of March. God bless you.